Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss the topic on Hershey and Chase experiment. So this is the final experiment which proved that DNA has the genetic material. So if you go with the basic introduction, you can know this. Hershey and Chase experiment were a series of experiments. They were conducted in 1952. Right, these are all American. These two are American scientists. So they conducted their experiment in 1952, and majorly, you just see their experiment is majorly focused on this bacteriophages. Their experiment is majorly focused on bacteriophages. So we should understand what is bacteriophage. So the bacteriophages are the viruses, even though you don't confuse with the bacterium. So bacteriophages are not bacteria; these are all viruses. This can attack 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 to the bacteria. So that's what the name is, bacteriophage. So again, I am repeating, bacteriophage is a virus that can attack the bacteria, right? It's the same like if you take COVID, COVID-19 is a virus that can attack humans. Like that, bacteriophage is a virus that can attack with the bacteria. All right. Here we should understand this their structure, which are composed of DNA and protein. If you take the bacteriophage should have the major two components. One is DNA as well as protein. So it can infect bacteria and their DNA enter into the bacterial cell, but most of their protein does not enter. This we should remember. Bacteriophages are viruses that can infect bacteria, and this is composed of two elements. One is DNA as well as protein. So when they are infecting the bacteria, the DNA of the bacteriophage enter into the host bacteria, but not the protein. So most of the protein part will not enter into the bacteria. So this is important. So for their wonderful contribution to the ambiguity of what is the genetic material, so that they have shared a Nobel Prize in 1968 along with the other scientists. So now we will see the structure of bacteriophage. So this is the structure of T2 phase. So they worked on bacteriophage. The bacteriophage type he worked is T2 phase. Then what is T2 phase? T2 phase is a virus that can infect E. coli bacteria and that kill E. coli bacteria. So if you see the structure of T2 bacteriophage, or we can call it as T2 phase. So this should have a various parts. This part we will call it as head part, and this part we will call it as an collar part. You can see here, this up to this part we will call it as an head part, and this particular part we will call it as an collar part, and the final one is we will call it as the entire one is we will call it as tail part. Right, there are three different parts that present in the T2 bacteriophage. So if you see in a head part, inside of the head part, this color indicates which is DNA. So on T2 bacteriophage, DNA is in DNA that can present in the head of the present in the head. And if you see the protein, so whatever the black color which I have represented in this picture, that all are composed with the protein, you can see. So what is the logic here? You just remember this. Only the DNA that can be present inside the head part, and the rest of the thing, the black color which I represented, this is made up of protein. So this is the 3-dimensional structure and this is 2-dimensional structure. So now the actual part of this experiment, which now I am going to discuss. Right? You clearly observe this. This is the bacteriophage, T2 bacteriophage. Right? They have done 2 different type of experiments. This is important. One experiment they have taken. This is one experiment which is related with the protein labeling. This is all called labeling experiments. So what is that labeling experiment? I will explain when we are going down. So this part which is related with the DNA labeling. This is very important. We should understand DNA labeling and protein labeling. So what do you mean by labeling? Labeling is nothing but when we can label. So for example, if you take the proteins are made up of amino acids. Amino acids are exclusively present only. Sorry, this is in a reverse way. Excuse me. Yeah, this is to be on DNA labeling part, and here this is to be on protein labeling part. So the protein, which is, if you see the composition of protein, amino acids are present. On amino acids, sulfur is the major one that can be present. Whereas if you take DNA in its composition, phosphate can be present. Right? So no sulfur can be present in the DNA. This is not to be possible, and this phosphate anyway, which is not present in the protein. This is the logic. Clear? So phosphate is present in DNA but not present in the protein. But sulfur is present in the proteins but not in DNA. Right? So now he has taken the bacteriophage and has prepared the isotopes. One is to be P32 isotope, second one is to be S35 isotope. P32 isotope, he has prepared a media. This is called media. He has prepared media in a conical flask, and in a conical flask, and then this conical flask is having all essential things, and this phase is added, T2 bacteriophage added in the conical flask, and try to replicate it. So after replicated, they are isolated the T2 bacteriophage. That is all DNA. The DNA which is present in the head part is to be labeled with the P32 because it has to be take the phosphate from the media. So all the phosphate which we are added here is P32 label, and this can be infected with the bacteria, that is E. coli bacteria. It's clear? So this is infecting with the E. coli bacteria. What is happening? That is very important. So here the part is, you can see. So generally this is a well-known mechanism by the time they have done this experiment. So here the simple one is, once this virus T2 bacteriophage infected with this E. coli bacteria, that can only send its DNA, and the rest of the part will be shaded off. This part we will call it as ghost part, right? Ghost. So whenever the T2 bacteriophage is infected into the E. coli bacteria, then what will happen? Only the DNA is inserted into the bacteria, and rest of the protein part will be sent back. So this one we will call it as a ghost part, right? So then later on, see, this part we will call it as ghost. Then later on, they break down by this E. coli, and they have identified what are the labeled part which is present. They are identified that the infected bacteria are labeled with P32, right? So this is important. The viable P32 labeled phases are produced, from which the virus, it has to be produce its own progeny. So the own progeny should always have P32 label. This is one experiment. And you can see in the next part, this is labeled with the S35, that is sulfur 35, and that can be infected with the sulfur 35 is infected with the E. coli. And what will happen? This is the same procedure. This can be infected with the E. coli bacteria. Only the DNA which can present in T2 bacteriophage will enter here, and the rest of the part will be removed. This we will call it as ghost part, right? This ghost part is made up of protein. So S35 label protein can be leaved off or shedded off. Only the bacteria, unlabeled DNA can enter into the bacteria. So this is nothing but viable unlabeled phases are produced, from which the viral life cycle is started, from where it is producing its own T2 phases, where there is no labeling can found. So what does it mean? Which is very simple. So whatever the protein coat that can be manufactured here, that can be labeled here S35, will not enter into the E. coli bacteria. This E. coli bacteria will not enter it. What does it mean? So the protein will not have any kind of the genes, or the protein will not act as a genetic material. But here the labeled DNA is entered. What does it mean? So actually the DNA is the one which is having the hereditary character. So then by this end of this experiment, they clearly concluded that DNA is a genetic material, not RNA, not protein. So that's what this experiment is beautifully designed, and that can clear all scientists' doubts, so that this particular experiment has given the Nobel Prize for its contribution, or for its contribution to towards the DNA as the genetic material.